everybody, welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be trying out some Halloween makeup and this is two kits which I've picked up from Poundland. So this is the Fright Night Spooky Makeup Kit, which comes with some crayons, some applicators and some bigger face paints, and then I've also got the Fright Night Gruesome Zip Makeup Kit. So it's got one of these zips in it, it's got some liquid latex, some fake blood, some latex remover, which you'll probably need for afterwards, a zip, and then some white and black face paint. So the reason I thought I would try some Poundland makeup is because obviously Halloween is coming up, and you want to know whether it's actually going to work or not. I'm a little bit nervous about putting this all on my face, but I thought, you know what, give it a go, see what happens. Yeah, and it could look kind of fun. I mean, apparently you can end up looking like her, and she didn't look that great, so kind of suited for Halloween. So anyway, yeah, let's get into the video. Now I have primed my face really quite heavily with my primer from The Ordinary, which is the High Spreadability Fluid Primer. The reason I have done this is that I'm a little bit nervous about it kind of reacting with my skin and upsetting me, so I'm going to use my normal foundation over the top. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to add in some Pro Artist whitener to make my foundation a lot whiter, to give me the sort of paley Halloween look. Wish me luck! Okay, so we are going to choose my palest foundation that I've got, which is the Becca Full Coverage Foundation, and I'm just going in with that whitener and using a brush to apply it so it's really buffed into the skin. I still didn't feel that it was really pale enough at this point, so I went back in with that whitener and did some more layers over the top, which I had to kind of leave in between and then just put another layer on and then put a little bit more on, just as you can see here, just to kind of give it that little bit of brightness. But unfortunately I am so pale that it didn't really seem to make a huge amount of difference. So once I had kind of patted that in, I tried to go in with the white face paint in the first kit. Now I found that stippling this went better than actually just kind of putting it on with a sponge. So I kind of stippled it on over the top with the sponge, and I built up the layers, which did start to make me look a little bit paler than usual, because I do have very, very pale skin, so it's really hard to get it really pale. I then went over the top with a Makeup Revolution white eyeshadow. So I just tested a little bit on my face to see what the coverage was like, and I was pretty pleased with that. And so I just took a big powder brush and just started applying that. Now that did give me quite a nice little bit of shimmer at the same time, so you didn't have that kind of white cakey look. It was a little bit more kind of dewy and fresh, which was really, really nice. And I then went in with my RCMA powder just to set everything down. I then went on to do my eyes. So for this look I didn't need it to be particularly tidy, so I grabbed my Morphe palette, which is amazing. This is just one of their smaller palettes, and went for a nice purpley shade, which was a little bit of kind of alternative-y, gothy type style. And applied that all the way up to my eyebrows, and then just packed on some black as well, which I tried to wing out and take underneath my eye, but this was just so super pigmented. It was quite hard to work with, and I hadn't used this black before, so I was quite surprised at how much of it and how pigmented it was, and I found it I probably put a little bit too much on, but it was fun to use anyway. So I did that on both eyes, and then I went back in with the black face paint to add a contour. Now, I tried this originally with the sponge and started trying to blend it out, but it just really wasn't having any of it. So I ended up having to kind of, yeah, see, there you go, I'm trying with the brush, but it just will not blend at all. It's really, really thick. So I then went in back with my Morphe palette and just took that black again and kind of added an extra layer over the top, and I wanted to blend that out. But as I said, it's such a pigmented black, it is pretty dark, but as you will see, that won't make a real difference to the look later. It does just give me a little bit of definition and makes it a little bit more Halloweeny. Time for a tea break. So now we are going to apply some falsies, and once I've done that, it's time for the fun to begin. So I've grabbed my liquid latex, I've grabbed the zip which came in the second pack, and I've applied some liquid latex to the back of it. Now, part of the reason why I've put quite a lot of layers of foundation and things down on my face is to make sure that this doesn't hurt too much when I take it off later on, because we are putting it across my face. So once that is in place, you just want to kind of hold it for a little while and wait for it to start to dry, and then once you're confident that it's not going to be moving anywhere, you can start to think about your different colours and textures that you're going to need to create the look inside the zipper. So first of all, I thought I would colour my lips, and I'm going to be using here the Makeup Revolution liquid lip gloss, and this is a kind of berry purpley vampy colour. The reason I really like this is because it had kind of like that thick sort of consistency that reminded me of congealed blood in a way, so I thought this would be quite good to kind of use and blend out at a later time, and was quite kind of on trend for Halloween. So I'm now going to take from the second kit the red colour and start filling in a base colour in between the zip. Now, I was really surprised at how pink this came out, so it was a little bit disappointing, but it does kind of give you that raw, kind of rotting, very sore or burnt coloured splash tone, which is quite dramatic, and what I wanted to then do is add a little bit of some darker shades and tone and texture. The crayons in this kit, I could not use them. I tried applying them, but unfortunately they are so hard that you're literally pushing them into the skin. So I went back in with the black and just started adding some sort of texture to the area, and then basically just building up the shadows and layers and stippling on some different effects. I have then started trying to use the blood as well, just to give that a bit more of an effect, and using the lip gloss to add a little bit more texture in some places, and I just carry on building the two until I get a finish that I'm happy with. So yeah, so there I go in with the pretend blood. This is very, very thin, but at the same time very messy to use. I did end up spilling half of it down me, which was bit of a nightmare. I was like, oh, why did I do that? But yeah, it was quite fun to try and get some different textures and things like that in this look. Hey guys, so I hope you enjoyed that little kind of review and tutorial. With regards to the Poundland kits that are out on the market, the liquid latex works really well. The fake blood and all the colours are really washed out, so I probably wouldn't recommend these if you want to do something quite dramatic. It's quite fun maybe for the kids, but other than that it's really not worth it. I mean, even the fake blood, it's just like cornstarch. It just does not do anything whatsoever, as you could see. Totally rubbish. Don't bother getting them. However, I love the concept of making kits up with all the different bits and pieces. So the idea's there, it's just the quality of the product is naff. I mean, I've had to go in and kind of darken this up quite a lot by using my lip gloss with Makeup Revolution, just to kind of give it more of a kind of bloody look. But yeah, I mean, the first two that I used just did absolutely bugger all, and then the second one, the red is not red, it's pink, and the black just does nothing. Like, it just lifts everything out, so absolutely pointless. The crayons, like, as you could see, you had to press really hard to get any pigmentation off them, so not worth it at all. So yeah, however, hope you like my weird zipped up face look, and I will, yeah, see you later. Bye. Eee. Oh, this is so painful. Oh, glad I didn't use much more than what I did. Oh, I can't get that off. Oh, it's my hair.